Okay, it is after 11 o'clock, and I'm sorry it's taken so long to get this video out today. Well, there were some changes of plans today. I did work my full shift, so I ended up with 37 and a half hours, like I thought I would. Hours next week, not the greatest, but I got 4 days off, so that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I can do a lot of stuff in 4 days, clean the house, mow the lawn, the incidental stuff I need to do anyway. Plus, I got a lot of stuff to catch up on, podcasts and whatnot, so we'll take care of that too. So, I didn't make it to B-Dubs tonight. I wanted to, but circumstances beyond my control, I was not able to make it to B-Dubs tonight. So, hopefully we'll make our return to B-Dubs on Tuesday night. Now, here's a couple of things. Programming notes for Pop. Number one, if you haven't yet watched the Athens Loves Michael Shannon video, check it out as soon as you can. Honestly, because I'm very proud of this video. I really am. I'm not gonna lie. And it's got like 13 hits as of right now. That'll probably change, but I don't know because I'm not looking at it right now. Actually, I'll do a live update right here and now, and I will go directly to that site, and I will see what this video is at right now. So, as of 11:13 p.m. on Thursday night, Athens Loves Michael Shannon has got 13 views. Spread the word. If you got anybody out there watching this video that has a way to get any information to Michael Shannon himself, yeah, let him know this video exists. I think he would like it. So, I see that not many of you watch my Wayne's World retrospective. That's fine, I understand. Different strokes for different folks is the line I'm looking for? Yeah, I totally understand. It may not be some of your cup of teas. It might be, you might be a little apprehensive seeing that it's about an hour and 20 minutes long. But don't forget you guys do watch AJ's movie reviews, and those are at least an hour long, if not a lot longer every single week. And this week will be no different, because there's a lot of things to talk about, but I'll get to that in a minute. So, unfortunately, Ben hasn't been able to send anything to us. He's been having some dire problems with SkyDrive, which is the program that he uses to upload the videos to send to me. So, if you guys out there want to tweet me or Facebook me or send me a message at sirowanddisney@gmail.com, tell me how you would get the videos to me. If I can't shoot him myself with this iPhone or this iPod, I don't know any other way to do it. So if you have a better idea than SkyDrive, please by all means let me know, because obviously I need to do something different. We are thinking about maybe trying to shoot videos with Ben here at what I like to call Pop Studios at my place. And that seems to be Pop Studios because Ben's the only person that doesn't film here. Everyone that's on this channel films at this location, so like AJ said, it's kind of like a television studio now, to be totally honest. I just shoot with an iPhone camera instead of a video camera. I do have a video camera, I just haven't used it yet, so who knows if I will. Will was supposed to come over today, and circumstances did not allow that, so Will should be around here this weekend to provide you guys some content. There's going to be some world tutorials in the near future, and Mr. Flashback still needs to review Santa with Muscles. And the next week, Batman and Robin is coming, so look forward to both of those. Things have just been kind of hectic lately, so everyone has not been able to really get things, so real life, sometimes, I guess real life kind of gets in the way sometimes. So, basically, you guys will be definitely getting content very soon. And, I don't know when exactly. Hopefully this weekend, knock on wood. My desk, I hear. So, hopefully that works out. For those of you in Orlando today, they were, soft opening. It was like technical rehearsal for Transformers, so if you guys are over there, then more power to you, and obviously I have to wait till September to write it. I'll be writing it on September 20th when I go to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights opening night. I'm very much looking forward to it, even though I'm not a Transformers guy, and I know for a fact when Transformers opens to the public on June 20th, it was announced today that Energon is coming. There is an Energon stand, and it will be open for the opening of Transformers, which makes me very happy, because obviously for my 8 Parks in 1 Day challenge on on September 23rd, I will be able to have not only Butterbeer at Islands of Adventure and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but also Energon at Universal Studios Florida. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be awesome. And, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to have any food at Halloween Horror Nights this year. I'm definitely staying longer than I did last time. I will be totally prepared for inclement weather. I will be wearing, I'm going to try to find some, like, cloth shorts, not denim ones, because obviously we know what happened the last time. My birthday last year, when I had denim shorts on, got totally soaked, and I was totally uncomfortable. I was eating this really awesome meal at NASCAR Sports Grill, which I recommend, by the way. If you get a chance to eat at City Walk, and you're not sure where to go, and you've had the Hard Rock already, go to NASCAR Sports Grill. It's really good. So I definitely recommend it. The wings are phenomenal. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm probably going to get some, like, cloth shorts, some, like, not terry cloth shorts, not like that, but different material shorts that are not denim. So if I do get wet, it's going to dry faster than me getting soaked and wearing jean material, and that's not going to work. So we got that. I'll have an umbrella with me. I'll have a poncho with me. So I'll be totally ready for the inclement weather if it is to come. Hopefully after last year's debacle with the deluge, excuse me, it will not come. So, like I said, news from Universal is coming seemingly every day. Like, Transformers is opening to the public on June 20th. We're getting Energon. Simpsons expansion hopefully will be ready by July, hopefully. Not everything, of course, but Krusty Burger, Moe's Tavern, Cletus's Chicken Shack, these all should be opening very soon, along with Taco Fresho, as well as Luigi's Pizza. And hopefully Lard Lad's Donuts will all open very soon. Definitely way before I go down in September. So we're going to have a lot of Simpsons action. And I'll have a lot of stuff here on Pop all about the Simpsons. And we're going to do that. Still looking for that elusive Be Our Guest reservation. I'm trying every day. But the main days I'm looking for are the 19th when I come in. The 21st, which is my legit birthday. And the 24th, which is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So I'd like to be able to go to Be Our Guest right before the Halloween party, and I'm definitely going to do that in December, but I can't book December until June 4th, I believe. I don't remember off the top of my head. June 4th, June 6th, something like that is when I can book my 180 days, and I don't have anything in front of me right now, so I think that's just speculation. But anyway, yesterday we watched The Iceman and Mud, and AJ will be reviewing those for everyone tomorrow. He's also going to do the television movie that might as well have a theatrical run, which sadly doesn't, the Behind the Candelabra, so that's going to be covered tomorrow, as well as the new release movies we're watching tomorrow, After Earth and Now You See Me. So that's going to be coming up, and there is a movie. Let me look at the title, because I don't remember the title, because I forgot the title of the movie. There's a movie that's coming to Athens this week that we kind of need. It's called At Any Price. It is a movie with one of my least favorite actors on the face of planet Earth, Dennis Quaid, and a really awesome actor that doesn't get enough work, and that's Zac Efron. And that's coming, and AJ made me watch The Hangover. He made me watch the Todd Phillips movie against my will. And I did it for you guys, so you guys could get a review of it. Well, I made him a deal that I will watch that, I will subject myself to something I wouldn't watch theatrically otherwise, and he would do something for me. And you know what he's doing for me? I get to see Francis Ha! I can't wait! Oh my god! It's awesome! I'm going to mark out for a second there. AJ, I'm sure you just rolled your eyes and threw up a little bit in your mouth when you saw that. But, yeah, Francis Ha, the new Noah Baumbach and my girl, Greta Gerwig's movie. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be watching it. It's done completely in black and white. I've got a lot of good stuff this year. A lot of things coming out. I mean, my girls are everywhere. Obviously, we've got Francis Ha, and later we had Great Gatsby already with Carrie earlier this year. Inside Llewellyn Davis is coming out very soon, also with Carrie later this year. So, very excited about this. It's going to be a good summer for my women in Hollywood. So, yay. That's awesome. Good year for my women in Hollywood. Hopefully it'll lead to award nominations somewhere down the road. So, I'm going to get closer a second because I'm scratching my foot. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk TNA. And that's what you guys are here. You guys aren't here to watch me ramble for 10 minutes about randomness. Oh no, you guys are here to hear about my opinions on tonight's TNA Impact. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. This is the go-home show for Slammiversary. Slammiversary is going to be this Sunday night. in Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm very much looking forward to this. Now, let's run down the card, shall we? Real quick, before we go into anything else. Actually, I can't run down the card because some of the things are made in this show. Let's talk about it. First thing, we see the aces and eights in the back, and everyone is just gathering around, milling about like they usually do. First order of business for the club tonight is AJ Styles. The next order of business, AJ Styles. Furthermore, we need to think about AJ Styles, because obviously AJ Styles tricked us all into thinking that he was going to join us. However, oh no, he decided he wanted to take out Kurt Angle, then take out Doc and Garrett as well. So AJ is a one-man army, basically, is what it is. So D'Lo makes a snide comment to Mr. Anderson. Of course, D'Lo shouldn't say a word right now, because obviously he's on thin ice with the club at this point, even though he is the vice president. So I guess when he gets, I don't know, impeached, maybe might be the word I'm looking for, but obviously the daylight's beaten out of him by aces and eights. Would that mean that Mr. Anderson's going to step up as the VP? It's an interesting question. Interesting question. So, I don't know. But, basically, on top of this, we had, Mr. Anderson, like at the snide comment, he kind of stands there, and, he just, kind of like Michael Shannon in The Iceman. There you go. Get ready for that review tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. So, basically, he comes in, and, he's just like, yeah. Anderson's like, yeah, whatever, D'Lo, after you. And the second he turns his back, Anderson clubs him in the back, throws him into the side of the wall, and just leaves him laying. So yeah, D'Lo's been excommunicated from the group, in essence. So, Bully Ray and Devon come out, and basically, there's 3 days. 3 more days till Slammiversary. My brother's going to take out Joseph Park once and for all, and I personally am going to take out the Icon Sting. When he made this match, when he asked for no holds barred against Bully Ray, he signed his death warrant. And I'm going to sign it personally on Sunday night. So, basically, Sting, you've beaten some of the greats in this business, is what Bully Ray goes on to say. He said, you beat someone that says, I don't know, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Ooh! Obviously, he's talking about the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Obviously, he's the man who beat the immortal Hulk Hogan. We go back to Starrcade in 1996. The Sting Hollywood Hogan battle, the one with Nick Patrick as the referee. I mean, it's iconic WCW history. He's beaten the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. He beat the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. The only difference between me and you is I beat Jeff Hardy, I hit him in the head with a hammer, and I put him on the shelf. You just beat him. And basically, I can't wait to beat you. I can't wait to beat you because I can't wait to make sure I'm personally the reason you never get another World Heavyweight title match as long as you live. But you know what? We're not going to wait. I don't want to wait till Sunday. How about we do this now? And we get our tag team match to start off the show. It's Bully and Devon against Joseph Park and Sting. So, we go midway through the match, Bully Ray and Sting, they're trading blows, and then they collide mid-ring. We come back from commercial break, and Park's in the ring, he hits a hip toss and a body slam, gets up to the middle rope for the closing argument, and Bully Ray kicks him in the back of the head, leaping kick to the back of the head. So Devon's choking away, tagging a Bully, it's a clothesline, punches Sting off the ring apron, and drops a huge big elbow, a very, nice Sudanese meat cleaver, an Abdullah the Butcher reference for a 2 count. So he hits a tag to Devon and a leaping leg drop, and he mocks Hogan. He poses like Hogan and everything, kind of like what Flashback did on No Holds Barred review. Oh, by the way, check that out if you haven't seen it yet. The No Holds Barred review here on the Pop playlist. So, gets an ear fall out of it and goes back to the rear chin lock. Joseph Park elbows out of it 2 times, and Devon catches him with that spinning back elbow and gets a 2 count. Tag back into Bully Ray, and Bully hits a nice standing drop kick. Tag back out to Devon. Joseph Park ducks a double charge and 3D clothesline each other, and they hit the mat. So tag into Sting. Hot tag in, he hits the Scorpion on Devon, and Joseph Park goes for the Scorpion on Bully Ray, and he gets kicked off, bumping into Sting, thus breaking the hold on Devon. So, on top of this, there's a nice double clothesline. Stinger splash on Devon. He goes for Bully Ray, and Bully Ray moves this time. They hit the, what was called in the SmackDown video games as the 3DB, which is the backdrop suplex into the reverse neckbreaker combo. And they get a slam on Joseph Park, so he's down. They go for the What's Up headbutt, old school, and Abyss's music hits. And basically it's enough for the distraction. Devon ends up staring at the entranceway, waiting for Abyss to come out. He gets kidney punched, Scorpion Death dropped, and as Bully Ray tries to get in the ring, Joseph Park cuts him off, grabs the foot to keep him at bay, while Sting gets the 1-2-3, and that's the match there. So we see Kurt Angle in the back, and he says, you know, things AJ Styles has done in the past few weeks has been totally unforgivable. Yet, I still have mutual respect for him. But you know what? There's going to be a price to pay this Sunday. So, we'll see what remains to be seen. I'll talk about that later. So Dixie Carter comes out, and for those of you that have been following wrestling news sites this week, you should know that today it was announced that there was an official signing for Dixie Carter's Twitter, and it says that there is a new, the ink is now dry. I'm going to read this specifically because I want to. And Dixie Carter on at TNA Dixie, if you guys didn't know. It says, the ink is just drying on a big free agent that will rock, hashtag Impact Live on @Spike TV. Tune in and join us on this summer adventure. Big signing that will rock. We'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, I do want to bring that up later, but that's not what this was about. That was just something that was announced on Twitter today that started the internet abuzz. But Dixie comes out, and she made her announcement, obviously, on her Twitter account that Slammiversary was not going to... Well, Slammiversary, well, I don't know why I even said that. She made her announcement on Twitter that the announcement was to be made. Wow, that was a roundabout way to get to nothing. The announcement was made on her Twitter, there we go, to get to the location for October 20th's Bound for Glory pay-per-view. And we found out that it's going to be at San Diego State University in San Diego, California. So, yeah, San Diego is going to be hosting Bound for Glory this year. Very interesting. California hosting Bound for Glory. I wonder what that means. Also, Bound for Glory will also induct the newest member of the TNA Hall of Fame. And we'll find out exactly who that person is going to be at Slammiversary on Sunday. Well, before Dixie can get anything out anymore, Wes Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff, and Doc come out. And they're just going to interrupt. They're just going to interrupt the party, basically. Where's all the Aces and Eights love? You know, your celebration, it's going to feel more like a funeral. And at this point, Samoa Joe and Magnus hit the ring, and the Aces and Eights powder to the floor. Joe gets on the mic, he goes, you know what, 1 month I sat at home, I just wanting to get my hands on all of you. So Garrett, you really want to lip off women? How about you face me tonight one-on-one? And that's exactly what happens. We come back from commercial break, and we get Samoa Joe against Garrett Bischoff. So we go midway through the match, and Joe hits the Yakuza kick and goes to the senton backsplash. Doc pulls his leg, and there's an attack from behind. And Magnus, this time, goes for the attack, and he holds them off momentarily until he gets overpowered. So Garrett slides out, and the referee calls for the bell. At this time, Joe charges in with the elbow suicida, knocks all three members of the Aces and Eights down. He goes, cowards! This is what we deal with! You know what? I thought something like this was going to happen tonight. You know what? I found a contingency plan. And my contingency plan is this. At Slammiversary this Sunday, it's going to be you, Garrett, you, Wes, and he called Doc a shaved ape. And they're going to be facing off against Samoa Joe, Magnus, and the returning Jeff Hardy. That was right. A 6-man tag is announced for Slammiversary, thus now making it 8 matches for the show announced this evening. So, also, I'm going to guess that we're probably going to find out at Slammiversary who the new free agent signing is. But we're going to talk about that at the end of this video, actually. I want to talk about that in great lengths and also give my predictions for Slammiversary. So we go to Cowboy James Storm, and they ask Storm, like, you know what? Why Gunner? You know why? Because he's a beast. He's killed men. You know what? He killed men for this country, and if he'll kill men for this country, he'll go to war with me. He wants a warrior, and that's what Gunner is. He's a warrior. So I stepped out of the room momentarily, but I come back and I see that Bully Ray, Brooke Hogan and Hulk Hogan are talking in the back, and basically I caught the tail end of the conversation. Hogan basically says, "I bet the farm that Sting is the man that's going to stop Bully Ray." We'll see. So we get an 8-man tag. It's the Dirty Heels, Austin Aries and Bobby Roode teaming up with the Bad Influence, the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian, taking on the TNA World Tag Team Champions Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Shawn Hernandez, as well as the newly formed team of Gunner and Cowboy James Storm. And obviously Storm is sporting the bandage on his leg because he is injured right now, and that's why you're probably not going to see him in the ring much in this match, and definitely not much in the ring on Sunday. If he actually, because since he completely stayed out of this match, and I'll actually mention that, I think he might have some in-ring action on Sunday. Maybe get some work in, tag out. That's about it. Maybe a high spot, possibly closing time, maybe this last call super kick, and that's pretty much going to be his extent of the match, given the fact that he's hurt right now. So, we got midway through the match. This match was actually really good. So we get a 3 Amigos on Bobby Roode, and he goes up to the top. Kaz goes up, Daniels goes up, and Chavo kicks them both off. And then Aries, in his infinite wisdom, charges and hits the drop kick while Chavo is perched on the top rope and knocks him to the floor. And basically tagged back into Aries, and there's a catapult onto the knee, and Aries dives in with the twisting slingshot elbow. Looked good. Kaz tagged in. He hit the side somersault neck snap, which looks great. And he mocks Chavo with the Latino Heat stuff, obviously, that Chavo was taking from his late uncle, Eddie Guerrero. And tagging to Bobby Roode, there's a blind tag in for Kazarian, and an elbow into a chin lock. Actually, he elbows out of a chin lock. I'm trying to read my writing here. And basically, he rakes the eyes, spits at Shawn Hernandez, so Hernandez gets agitated and gets in the ring, which allows for a 4-way beatdown. And there's a drop kick to Kaz, hot tag to Hernandez. He gets the slingshot shoulder block on Bobby Roode. And gorilla presses Austin Aries, hits the Colt 45, he gets a 2 count out of it. So Kaz and Daniels make the save, a border toss on Daniels, and it's reversed because Kaz pulls him off just in the nick of time. So while Hernandez Daniels pulled off of him, Aries charges in with the IED, the nice corner drop kick, goes for the brain buster, gets reversed into a front suplex or a gourd buster, depending on who you're calling the match with, tags in Gunner, and Gunner gets hit with a rolling elbow by Austin Aries, and it just ticks him off. So he picks him up, and he hits a Uranagi backbreaker, and basically, the Irish curse, and locks in the torture rack, and Aries gives it up. So that's the match. Interesting. We go back to Aces and Eights again, and Bully Ray means business at this point. He says, Impact Wrestling thinks that they have us where they want us. Fact of the matter is, they don't. Tonight, Mr. Anderson's going to take care of AJ Styles once and for all. And I'm sure Devon's going to get the job done against Joseph Park. So, basically, Wes, Garrett, and Doc better take care of Magnus Joe and Jeff Hardy. Pretty much it is said that the Aces and Eights have officially declared war on Impact Wrestling. Bully Ray wants some victims, and if he doesn't get victims, then one or maybe all of the rest of Aces and Eights, including Devon, may end up just like D'Lo Brown. So, interesting. After this, we get a promo from Mickie James, who last week stole, literally, I'm going to call it like I see it, stole the Knockouts Championship from Velvet Sky, a very prone Velvet Sky who she clipped in the back of the kneecap and DDT'd while on the ground, and that's how she won the championship. So Mickie comes out, all jovial, smiles from ear to ear, that's the word I'm looking for, and he says, you know what, it's good to be the champ. I want to thank you all for your support. It's been almost 2 years since I've been Knockouts champion, and it's a long time coming. I love every single one of you fans out there, but you know what? There's a few people out there, just a very minute few, that doubt how I won this championship. But you know what? I'm going to set the record straight, and the only way I can do that is to bring out Velvet Sky. And I'm going to tell her face to face. So Velvet comes out, and of course she has the bandage around her leg as well, because she's selling the injury from Gail Kim. Now, Mickie James says, you know what, I asked you beforehand if you wanted this match, and you know what, I could have said, we could have just stopped this, we couldn't even have the match, you'd probably still be champion, but you know what, you're a fighting champion, Velvet, and that's what I love about you, girl. You wanted this match, so your knee just gave out, and I became the champion, it's alright. And she, like, glad hands her and just, like, mockingly applauds her, kind of like Whoopi Goldberg and Eddie. Yay, Velvet! Anyway, really a half-ass clapping for her, pretty much is what it is. So, you know, wasn't she an amazing champ, folks? Like, really, like, browbeating her. So, Velvet's like, you know what? At the end of the day, business is business, and I want my rematch. And she's like, yeah, I'll give you a rematch. I mean, I have Slammiversary already taken care of, because Brooke already said we've got a knockouts match for Slammiversary, but, you know, somewhere down the road, we can meet, and you'll be like 1,000%, and everything will be great. You know, at this point, said person who's going to be in the match is Gail Kim, and she comes out. It's like, let's just get this one thing straight. The only reason you're champion right now is because I softened up Velvet Sky. I weakened her to the point that she had to go down. And if it wasn't for me taking out her leg, obviously, she'd still be champion. That's basically what she said. So, lately, you know what? I've been so frustrated. I'm so frustrated to the point I even took out my own partner, Tara. I obviously took out Taryn Terrell. And I even took out you, Velvet. So, at Slammiversary, I'm going to be the last knockout standing. And then, I want the championship. So, Velvet's like, no. Wait, I'm the first in line for my rematch, so you're going to have to stand in line. So, Gail's like, okay, I can't beat him, then take him out. So she takes out the knee, drags her to the ring post, and goes for the ring post figure 4. But before she can apply it, Taryn Terrell hits the ring and breaks up any attempt she has. And obviously, Mickie just takes the time, just back away slowly, smiling to herself, knowing that this heel turn is almost complete. I've been talking for a while about how Mickie James is going to turn heel, and this is the start of it, folks. This really is. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. But the problem, I guess the only thing I can see a problem with is the fact that Gail Kim would be her next challenger, and she's also a heel. And you're not going to turn Gail face? I mean, I don't see a way you can. Not at this point. I mean, she's been ring post figure 4-ing all your knockout division. I don't see a way to turn her into a babyface at this point. So it looks like they're just going to run roughshod over the Knockouts division. That's fine. The Knockouts division is the best Big 2 women's division in professional wrestling today. Obviously, I'm not talking about Shimmer, and I'm not talking about any of the other wrestling independents that have women's wrestling. Oh no, I'm just talking about WWE and TNA. And obviously TNA has the much stronger Knockouts division. However, even though their names are very bland, excuse me, NXT probably has the best wrestling knockouts division. Best ladies division in, well, I don't know. I mean, NXT has a great women's division. Obviously, Sarah Del Rey is one of their head trainers. Obviously, they're getting their pedigree from a very credible source. And TNA's got a lot of great talent. I mean, you've got Velvet, who's getting there. I mean, obviously, they're trying to make her into a Trish Stratus, but don't forget, when Trish Stratus started, she sucked too. So, Velvet's getting there slowly but surely, and she's definitely got the babyface love. Taryn Terrell is slowly getting there, but she's not quite there yet, but she shows more intensity every week. Gail Kim and Mickie James are both bulldozers, and I have a problem with that. When Lady Tapa comes in, and Ivelisse Velez comes in, and I'm sure they will very soon. Actually, I know they do very soon. So, there's a lot of good stuff to come from the Knockouts division. So, because Gail Kim is in the ring, and Taryn Terrell's in the ring, Kenny King takes this moment to slide into the ring, and I can't say make the save, but he comes in the ring, and basically, we set up the mixed tag match. It's Gail Kim and Kenny King taking on Chris Sabin and Taryn Terrell. Obviously, this should be Velvet Sky, but obviously it's not because Velvet's selling the leg injury that she just got attacked, so she can't team with her real-life boyfriend. Sad panda. So midway through the match, Sabin gets whipped into the ropes, and Gail Kim kicks him in the back, allowing for Kenny King to mow him over with that wheel kick, with the spinning wheel kick. So there's a clothesline in the corner, and Sabin hits a Canadian backbreaker and a DDT, which independent wrestling fans would know as Nick Mondo's Mondo Sledge, and gets a 2 count out of it. So Gail pulls the hair of Chris Sabin, and Gail gets pushed into Taryn's spear, and Sabin hooks up Kenny King and hits the cross special brainbuster, the B-boy special, and gets the pin. So this Sunday, Chris Sabin will get redemption, and he will become the 5-time champion. At this point, King nails him from behind and goes for the royal flush, but Suicide slides in and double chicken wings the arms. It hits the lung blower, and they have a stare down with Sabin and Suicide at the X Division Championship, and Kenny King is on the floor. So, going to be a good match on Sunday. Looking forward to the Ultimate X match. So before this, we go through the card for the show, and I can do that now because obviously I just mentioned the fact that we had the first one announced. Now, first off, this is Slammiversary this Sunday night in Boston, Massachusetts for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Bully Ray, the president of the Aces and Eights, will defend the championship in a no-holds-barred match against the Icon Sting. And if Sting cannot win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship from Bully Ray, he will never get another title shot in Impact Wrestling. You also will see the World Television Championship on the line as the Sergeant-at-Arms of the Aces and Eights, Devon, defends the World Television title against Joseph Park. You're also going to see a last knockout standing match between Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell. Finally, one-on-one, after all this animosity, you're going to see it one more time. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the one-man army he is, takes on the Cyborg, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Just announced tonight, you're going to see the Aces and Eights team members, Wes Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff, and the Director of Chaos, Doc, taking on the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, Magnus, and the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, who will make his return to Slammiversary this Sunday. Ultimate X for the TNA X Division Championship as Kenny King puts the championship on the line against the returning Chris Sabin and the new returning Suicide. You're also going to get to see the match that we could not happen last week because of the interference from Wes Briscoe. You're going to see Jay Bradley taking on Sam Shaw in the finals of the Gut Check 4-way competition to determine who is going to be the Gut Check participant for the Bound for Glory series. And you're also going to see, for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, the current TNA World Tag Team Champions, Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Supermex Sean Hernandez will defend against the Dirty Heels, a double Austin Aries, the greatest man who ever lived, and the It Factor, Bobby Roode, along with the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, and the future Frankie Kazarian, the Bad Influence. It's going to be 4-way, and the final tag team will be the thrown-together new team of Gunner and Cowboy James Storm. That is Slammiversary, and that's going to be this Sunday night. I haven't used that voice in quite a while. But we're going to talk about my opinions on the card in just a minute. So before that, let's get to the main event, and it was the phenomenal AJ Styles taking on Mr. Anderson. This was a very methodical match, to be totally honest. Not very high spot heavy. It was very grounded in essence. AJ wearing a shirt. Obviously, he's not in the greatest of shape right now. It's okay. It's all right. He was gone for a while. It's no big deal. So he tries to suplex Mr. Anderson back into the ring and shoves the ref aside. Anderson thumbs him to the eye and DDTs him on the ring apron. So he picks up AJ and throws him into the ring apron back first, tossing him back into the ring, and ends up hitting a back body drop on AJ for a 2 count. So he locks in a key lock with a body scissors, trying to get a submission on AJ, but AJ fights out of it. Forearm. He ducks the clothesline from Mr. Anderson, and a knee strike from Anderson gets rolled up for a 2 count. So he goes back to another cover and still only gets a 2 out of it. So he drives the knees into the shoulder 2 times and locks on a tight armbar as Mr. Anderson, trying to soften up the elbow. Well, AJ fights out with a headbutt and a right hands, backs Anderson into the corner, they trade blows, and basically he hits a high angle kick, a spinning back fist, and a discus clothesline to put Anderson on the canvas. So, after that, he hits a high kick, a clothesline, big splash, and only gets a 2 count out of it. Well, it's after the high kick, it's a spine buster, then a clothesline, then a big splash. Sorry, long day. So, after that, the fireman's carry. AJ picks him up, going for, I'm going to guess, it's probably the fireman's carry, and dropping it on his knee, dropping the back of the neck on the knee like he's done so many times, but it gets reversed. Nice go by from Mr. Anderson. He charges in, AJ ducks, and Anderson goes head first into the top turnbuckle. So AJ goes for a tornado DDT, it gets reversed, Anderson plants him on the top and goes for it again. This time Anderson muscles him off and hits the Finley roll and gets a 2 count out of it. Goes for the mic check, AJ elbows out of it, puts him on the top turnbuckle, and ties him up to the Tree of Woe. AJ charges, leaps in the air, and hits a nice drop kick right in the face. So at this point, Anderson's down and is out. AJ's about to finish him off, and before that can happen, Kurt Angle slides in the ring, punches AJ in the mouth, and they start brawling, and that's a disqualification right there. So AJ kicks the legs over and over again. The Aces and Eights hit the ring, and here comes Magnus, Joseph Park, Samoa Joe, Sting, and they all hit the ring, and every single match that's on the card for Sunday, except for, well, every single main match that's on the card for Sunday, is in the ring, and they're all battling. It's Aces and Eights, and we pretty much end with Sting and Bully Ray in the middle of the ring. They're trading blows. Bully clotheslines him, Sting no-sells him, starts pounding the chest. Bully goes for a big boot, Sting drops him, goes for the Scorpion Deathlock, and Devon nails him from behind. They nail 3D on Sting, and the Aces and Eights stand tall to end the show. Okay. First, we'll talk about Slammiversary predictions last. What did we learn from today, folks? Well, Aces and Eights are really peeved that AJ turned their back on them. That's fine. Aces and Eights showed some vulnerability, and they realized that they are still afraid of Abyss, even though Abyss is not there. Kurt Angle and AJ Styles are going to tear each other's heads off on Sunday. This is true. There is an announcement forthcoming for a new free agent signing for TNA, and I'm going to talk about that in actually just a minute, but I want to do this first. So, on top of that, we get an announcement of the 6-man tag, Joe, Magnus, and the returning Jeff Hardy against Doc, Garrett, and Wes. That's fine. So, Storm and Gunner get some momentum going into Sunday when they get the win over... They get the win for their team, obviously, with Gunner putting Aries in the rack. Aces and Eights declare war on TNA, and they said they want bodies, and they're not going to rest till they get them. And Mickie James comes out. She continues her degeneration into becoming a heel. It'll happen sooner rather than later. Gail Kim still mad that she's not in the title match at Slammiversary. And Velvet obviously wants a rematch, and so Gail Kim cuts out the middleman and takes Velvet out, and Taryn Terrell comes out for the save. They're going to fight at Slammiversary, and we see Sabin and Suicide both holding the belt, so I think we know what that means for Sunday. It's going to be an awesome Ultimate X match, to be totally honest. And Mr. Anderson wins by DQ when AJ gets attacked by Kurt Angle. Okay, let's talk about this. First off, we'll talk about Slammiversary predictions, and then I'm going to talk about the free agent signing. Okay, first off, let's talk about the first match of the evening. It is Bad Influence, the Dirty Heels, Storm and Gunner, and Chavo and Hernandez for the World Tag Team titles. Okay. Well, Dirty Heels aren't winning, and Gunner and Storm aren't winning. I don't think Chavo and Hernandez are going to retain. So I'm going to say that, even though I'm a fan of theirs, obviously, it's no secret, I think that the win on Sunday is going to go to Bad Influence. I say Daniels pins Austin Aries via chicanery of some sort. I think it might happen. I think the last call super kick will happen. almost everybody will be down. They'll be fighting on the floor, whatever they're going to do with that. Last call super kick on Austin Aries, and Storm's about ready, because he hasn't been in the match very much at all. Storm's about ready to make the cover, and Daniels just tosses him outside and steals the pin. I think that's going to happen. So new tag team champions, Bad Influence. Jay Bradley and Sam Shaw, no doubt in my mind Bradley's winning this match, and he needs to. The heel needs to go over in this match. There's not enough known about Sam Shaw. Obviously, he hasn't really been able to showcase his skills as much in the gut check challenge. So I think that Bradley getting a clean win over Christian York really helps this. And I say Jay Bradley is definitely not going to lose on Sunday. Bradley wins. Ultimate X, Suicide, Kenny King, Chris Sabin. It's going to steal the show, folks. It's going to be awesome to see these three in an Ultimate X match. Kenny King has no experience in Ultimate X. Well, I think he's done some for like the One Night Only pay-per-views. I don't remember. I think he did one for the One Night Only pay-per-view, actually. And it actually might have had Sabin in it, too. Sabin is no stranger to Ultimate X matches. And Suicide, or we should call him TJ Perkins in this case, obviously has not done another Ultimate X match. So these three superstars are going to go at it. It's going to be awesome. But the tail of the tape tells you this. Sabin and Suicide were the ones holding the championship at the end of the day. That means that Kenny King will retain the X Division Championship at Slammiversary. So, Aces and Eights are going to have an interesting night. I'll be totally honest. I think with the stipulations, Aces and Eights are going to have a bad night, to be totally honest. I think Jeff Hardy pins... I'll go with Wes Briscoe. I think Jeff Hardy pins Wes Briscoe, and that's how that match ends. I think so. Hardy, Samoa Joe, and Magnus get the win over Doc, Wes, and Garrett. So that's fine. I think Angle beats AJ clean, and they shake hands after the match is over, and there's mutual respect. So AJ still nobody. He's not no allegiance to anyone, but he gets his point across. So there's that. I think after this match, we don't see AJ for a bit. He goes off television. He gets rid of the emo Styles look. He comes back clean-shaven, ready to go, and to be the top babyface that TNA needs him to be. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what we're going towards. Last knockout standing. God, this is an interesting stipulation for this match. Gail Kim has been running roughshod over the knockouts division, even taking out the former champion, obviously. The only person she's not taken out at this point is the current Knockouts champion, Mickie James, who is left off this show because apparently this match is more important than a Knockouts title match. But I understand because this has been... God, we've been running this since TNA was still at the Impact Zone. So, I don't know where to go with this. I think Taryn wins this to get some revenge on the rest of the knockouts that Gail has destroyed in her wake. So I think that's going to be what ends up happening. I think Gail Kim loses, and Taryn Terrell gets the win. That's what I'm going to go with. Devon and Joseph Park. Devon hasn't defended the championship in a long time, and obviously Devon said numerous times in numerous interviews that he wants to defend the title, he just doesn't get to. You should talk to TNA about that. Is Joseph Park going to win the championship? I think he could. I think they'd be okay if Devon lost the title, so that put a little heat on Devon, so that puts some heat on Aces and Eights, and I don't have a problem with that. I think Joseph Park is the new TV champion. So Devon's held it for a long time. Devon won the championship. Actually, Devon won the championship the last night of the Impact Zone. It was December 6th, 2012. So, yeah, he's had the belt that long, and I think he needs to drop it. So, he drops to Joseph Park, and who knows, we might see Abyss, or someone as Abyss. There's so many questions. TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Sting against Bully Ray. Okay. Obviously, Bully Ray goes over. Until the stipulation was made that Sting could never get another world title match if Bully Ray beats him. So it makes you think Sting's going to go over. Sting got laid out at the end of Impact, so it makes you think that Sting's going to win on Sunday. A feel-good moment to end Slammiversary. Sting being raised in the air by the TNA Superstars, kind of like the Great American Bash 1990 against Ric Flair. You know what? Why not? Sting wins the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and Bully Ray gets it back real quick, actually. It's a very short title reign. Or Sting wins, and then Bully and Devon just destroy Sting, and Sting is not able to defend the championship, so they strip him of the title. That's how Bully gets the championship back. See, that's how we do it, folks, because think about it this way, the Bound for Glory series could be for the World Heavyweight Championship and not just the title shot. Again, even though we've done this before, we could do it again. There's so many different directions to go. I mean, my heart's telling me to go with Bully Ray, and that's who I want to win. But my head's also telling me that Sting could win, given the new stipulation. I don't know. No holds barred. It could go either way. It's going to be bloody. I'm pretty sure it will be. So, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that Bully Ray retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Because at the end of the day, even though it would be a great moment for Slammiversary for a babyface to win the World Heavyweight Championship, it'd be a bigger moment Bound for Glory. So, if Sting's going to beat Bully Ray, it's not going to be at Slammiversary. It's going to be at Bound for Glory. Now, you're asking me, oh, and there's a stipulation made that if he wins the if Bully Ray wins, Sting can get another title shot. You know what? Hulk Hogan is in charge of the company. In charge of the company, not Bully Ray. So, there's got to be little loopholes around so we can get around this. And if not, then say someone else takes the belt off Bully Ray at Bound for Glory. And it's not who you're thinking about, brother. Someone else. Maybe the newest free agent signing, potentially? Possibly. Maybe someone else. Who knows? We'll get to there when we get there, because we got a long time to Bound for Glory. Okay. So, here's my predictions. Bad Influence, New World Tag Team Champions. Jay Bradley over Sam Shaw. Kenny King retaining the X Division Championship against Chris Sabin and Suicide. I say Samoa Joe, Magnus, and Jeff Hardy over Doc, Garrett Bischoff, and Wes Briscoe. Kurt Angle over AJ Styles, clean. Gail Kim loses to Taryn Terrell. And Joseph Park wins the World Television Championship, beating Devon. And we will see Abyss. Someone else dresses Abyss, obviously. Or even we can go with the fact that at the beginning of the show, the Aces and Eights beat down Joseph Park and leave him laying, so Abyss takes the match, and Abyss wins the TV title that way. We could do that. It could work that way. Think about that, did you? And Bully Ray defeats Sting, retaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So, Aces and Eights lose twice. Bully's the only person that can get it done, and everyone gets berated for it. That's my prediction. Okay. That tweet I talked about earlier. So, a lot of speculation right now. A lot of speculation. Who is the free agent? Okay. There's a couple options. We went through them, actually. Coleman and I were talking about it today. That's actually what we talked about pretty much the whole shift today, because we found this out and trying to figure out who it is. Okay. There's a couple categories. One, you have the long shots. Or the never actually the never happens. It's not The Rock. It's not Batista. It's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. These are not the answers. It's not CM Punk. Internet marks out there, no, it's not CM Punk. He didn't take his ball and go home from WWE. He's going to be at Payback, supposedly, so it's not CM Punk. I wish it was Christian Cage, but I'm pretty sure it's not him. It's not MVP. It could be possibly, I mean, Ring of Honor has contracts on their guys right now, but obviously Shelton Benjamin just got out of his, so Shelton Benjamin maybe? Possibly. Matt Hardy maybe? No, he's probably going to become Ring of Honor champion sooner rather than later, so, no. Maybe Chris Masters. I would have a problem with that. Then there's, like, the obvious ones, like Rob Van Dam, which I think Van Dam will go back to TNA and needs to go back to TNA, but I don't think he's the free agent signing. Could be, but I doubt it. It's not going to be any of the guys WWE just let go, because none of them really, no offense to them, they're not main event guys yet. They could be somewhere down the road, but obviously not yet. That brings me to who I think it is. John Morrison. Now I know I'm biting on and I'm not biting on this, this is something they brought up today on the internet, that John Morrison just started following Dixie Carter on Twitter. I mean, that's not a big deal, but I mean, still, this happens every day. Think about it. Big, Rock, Rock equals Rockstar. Rockstar equals Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison equals John Morrison. That's right. I think John Hennigan is coming to TNA. I don't know what they're going to call him. Jeff Jackson actually had a good name a long time ago. Call him Hard Body Hennigan. But, John Hennigan is coming to TNA. That's my prediction. John Hennigan and Melina Perez will come to TNA. I don't have a problem with this. It's going to be awesome. And I don't know if Melina's going to come with him, but, I mean, she could fit in the Knockouts division. Think about this. Morrison against AJ. Morrison against Sabin. Against Austin Aries. Against Christopher Daniels. Against Kaz. Against Bobby Roode. James Storm. I mean, this has got great written all over it. Can you imagine the matches he could have with Bully Ray? I mean, Kurt Angle and Morrison. Oh my God, it'd be awesome. That's my prediction. I think it's John Morrison. I really do. It could be somebody else. I mean, like, TNA has pulled the wool over our eyes before with these big announcements, but I think this time it's different. I think Jomo is going to be the person that signs with TNA. He's a free agent. He fits all the clues. Everyone wants him to come back to WWE, and people like Batista and MVP, they've already said no, it's not them. So, unless they're using reverse psychology, which they could be, or told not to say anything, I don't think it's them. And the only thing Batista would do a couple things for TNA. Number one, Batista would be star power, and Batista would be a nice force in the main event picture. But the problem is, well, the good thing about TNA getting Batista is Vince couldn't have him, and then Vince couldn't do Brock Lesnar and Batista, which he seems to want to do so badly. But there's always that. So, I mean, there's all sorts of names. If you guys have any ideas of who you think it might be, then tweet me or leave me a comment. Or, like I said, when you're doing that, you can subscribe to this channel. You can thumbs up these videos. We'll go back and watch all the other videos. Watch the wrestling videos, the WWE recaps, the TNA recaps, WWE and TNA pay-per-view recaps, the NXT recaps for Raw, SmackDown, Impact, NXT, and all points in between. The pay-per-view recaps I've done over the past. I mean, if you are inclined, you could check out Universal videos, Disney videos, SeaWorld videos, Reunion 2012 for WDW Today, and the Diz Unplugged Podcast Cruise 4.0. All these things may not make any sense to some of you guys, but they all matter to me, so they're all parts here on Pop. So, tomorrow, actually, I can say this because it's officially after midnight now, for Saturday, 1 year. We've been doing this for 1 year. 1 year. God, wow, it's been a long day. 1 month. Pop has been active for 1 month. And the best is yet to come, folks. Mark my words. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and we will talk wrestling again on Saturday. We will be talking NXT and SmackDown. And Sunday, we are going to do Slammiversary, and I will be shooting you a video about Slammiversary either Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on when I'm able to do it. But that's all the time I have for you now, so if you like these videos, like I said, you can subscribe to these videos. If you want to tweet me, it's at Sir Owen Disney. If you want to become a part of the Popcaster Revolution, put your own content here on this channel, send me an email, sirowen@gmail.com. And once again, thank you guys and girls out there for watching these videos because I'm having a blast. And oh, by the way, get retweet and trend and do whatever you can. Get people to watch the Athens Loves Michael Shannon video. You know, the Ryan Gosling won't eat his cereal. I want something like that with this video. I think it's that good. So, that's all the time we have for today. So, until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.